Before this video ends, you'll understand how 3 humans were launched into space with technology weaker than your phone, why multiple moments nearly killed them, and how the riskiest mission in human history somehow succeeded. Sit down for a moment, because on this week in history, humanity didn't just reach the moon. It gambled everything to get there. Why the moon mission was desperate. 1-10-240. In the 1960s, the space race wasn't about science. It was about survival and power. The Soviet Union had already beaten the United States into space. They launched the first satellite, the first animal, the first human. America was losing. So President John F. Kennedy made a promise no one knew how to keep: to land a man on the moon and return him safely before the decade ended. At the time, NASA didn't even know how to do it. The astronauts who volunteered for death: Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins. They weren't chosen because success was guaranteed. They were chosen because they accepted the risk. NASA estimated the chance of death at up to 50%. The astronauts wrote goodbye letters. President Nixon prepared a speech in case they died on the moon. Failure wasn't a possibility. It was expected. The technology that shouldn't have worked, the Apollo 11 guidance computer, had less processing power than a modern calculator. It could barely multitask. And during descent to the moon, it began to overload. Alarms flashed inside the cockpit. No one knew what they meant. If Mission Control said abort, the mission was over. Fuel was draining. Seconds mattered. The moment everything nearly ended, Neil Armstrong realized the computer was guiding them toward a boulder field. He took manual control. The lunar module drifted sideways. Fuel dropped to seconds remaining. Mission Control was silent. Finally, a young engineer recognized the alarm codes. They weren't fatal. Go! Armstrong landed the module with less than 20 seconds of fuel left. Humanity had made it, barely. One small step, one giant risk. As Armstrong stepped onto the lunar surface, over 600 million people watched live. It wasn't rehearsed, it wasn't staged, it was real. And Michael Collins orbited alone above them, knowing if anything failed, his crewmates would never return. They planted the flag, collected samples, left footprints that may last millions of years. The return that no one talks about, getting to the moon, was only half the danger. They still had to leave it. If the ascent engine failed, they were stranded forever. It ignited. The module lifted off, and Apollo 11 came home. The world exhaled. So, on this week in history, humanity reached the moon, not because it was easy, but because it was willing to risk everything. If this story kept you watching, like the video, follow Daily Flashback, and comment below. Do you think humans will ever return to the moon, or go even farther?